The Financial Investigations Division also says multiple electronic devices and documents. Former Stocks and Securities Limited Director Hugh Croskrey, his daughter Sarah Meany, and ex-CEO Zachary Harding are being questioned by authorities on reasonable suspicion of breaching multiple financial and corporate laws. The Financial Investigations Division also says multiple electronic devices and documents related to the collapsed investment firm were seized during today's pre-dawn operations in St. Andrew and St. James as part of the ongoing investigation into the collapsed investment firm. The Financial Investigations Division says investigators are assessing all matters arising and forensically inspecting all evidence collected. Croskrey, the founder of SSL, his daughter and her husband Dermot were taken from separate premises in St. Andrew and Kempshot District, St. James, during the coordinated operations that included FID, the police, and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency. The FID said Croskrey and Meany were taken into custody on reasonable suspicion of breaches of the Bank of Jamaica Act, the Securities Act, the Larceny Act, and the Banking Services Act. Harding reported to investigators this afternoon to be questioned in the presence of his attorney. Harding is being interrogated on reasonable suspicion of breaching the Bank of Jamaica Act, the Securities Act, the Banking Services Act, and the Companies Act. Meany's husband, Dermot Meany, was arrested for an alleged breach of the Firearms Act, which the FID claimed was discovered during the operation. The FID said Dermot Meany, a licensed firearm holder, was found in possession of ammunition exceeding the legally permitted amount. According to the FID, documents related to SSL and multiple electronic devices were among the items seized at the premises where Meany was held. Earlier, the FID said its operations were linked to alleged fraudulent activity at SSL, which became public in January 2023. To date, the only person charged is former SSL client relationship manager, Jean-Ann Panton, who was slapped with multiple offenses in February 2023. Panton has claimed that her initial confession was made under duress due to an alleged offer from Hugh Croskrey. She has since recanted the confession and denies any involvement. Croskrey has denied the allegation. The FID previously indicated that more than 200 client accounts were affected in the alleged fraud, which it said involved over $30 million. A company owned by sports legend Usain Bolt is among the impacted clients. Earlier this year, Bolt expressed displeasure over the pace of investigations. And the Director of Communications at the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, Major Basil Jarrett, says the agency will be supporting the FID with its Stocks and Securities Limited investigation through the provision of data and cyber forensics personnel.
Who will assist with the securing, handling, and processing of evidentiary items, including digital devices and other documentary material. Notwithstanding this supporting role, though, we remain ready to provide whatever additional capabilities or assistance the FID may require to carry out and complete the operations in a timely manner.
Director of Communications at MOCA, Major Basil Jarrett. An opposition spokesperson on national security, Fitz Jackson, has welcomed today's developments in the probe of the SSL fraud matter, describing the move as necessary, though long overdue. Mr. Jackson commended the personnel across the various agencies for their persistence in advancing the investigation and said the Jamaican public now expects tangible results. He noted that the criminal actions have caused deep harm, particularly to ordinary Jamaicans who lost their hard-earned savings and, with it, the quality of life they had worked and sacrificed to secure.
I look forward to early arrest and successful prosecution of all persons involved in this massive multi-billion-dollar fraud. The criminal act by those well-to-do involved has robbed so many of our people of their hard-earned money and deprived so many of them of a quality of life they have sacrificed to secure. I am also commending the many Jamaicans across the country and in the diaspora who have lent their persistent voices in demanding that all those responsible be held accountable. It is only our collective and persistent agitations will ensure that the interests of everyday Jamaicans are protected, not only from criminals on the streets, but also from those in high places.
Opposition spokesperson on national security, Fitz Jackson. The police.
Big up Portland Spice TV. I'm going to big up Perry as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Perry Cummins Jr. has his own YouTube channel now. Yeah, man, so make sure so go check him out. You understand what I say? Very happy for him. And big up to Panaja TV as well. You feel me I deal with. Me like the unity. Me love the unity as a matter of fact. We need to harness more of that unity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to me, this is my opinion. Zane, nobody else not have to agree with me. Until I see tangible, until I see people get locked up on a robot 15, 25 year, 50 year in a prison for SSL thing. Zane, me don't want to hear nothing. I'm not talking about no Gene and Pantan. Gene and Pantan could not do all of this robbery. It's no alleged robbery. The people their money stolen. What kind of alleged? Do the money do misplace and go somewhere? And he just did a hibernate and nobody don't know where money there. We don't want to hear nothing about no alleged robbery. Robbery! Thief! That me I try to tell you right now when they're on the foolishness with them. When they're on the foolishness with them, brother.
It out. We need to right.
So more have to play that first part when me just listen to it with Mr. Perry Cummins because the man has made some serious
I do have an
points.
engagement later on. But if I can spare an hour, if I can spare 40 minutes, 45 or an hour.
And he must speak on the same topic. Listen
because
to this.
Janet, we have breaking news. We have breaking news.
Yo. So hold on. No man, Perry, you learn only from Andre, man. Hey, the man them use something that good enough. What you call it? Oh shoot. What's it called again? Oh my god. It's no man, not platform, man. Them have a specific platform with it. I use YouTube Studios and I use OBS. StreamYard. Them use StreamYard very good. I can tell that they have paid for their StreamYard because you see the amount of shots and stuff them they have on picture just waiting. That's why sometimes I understand when my brethren when name Ishmael. I understand sometimes when Ishmael, like when Andre say, put up that picture Ishmael. You see when you have all of them files there in the OBS, in the StreamYard, you have to scroll if you look for them, you know. So for you to be quick, you know, you definitely have to say, alright, today we are going to use this. And have them line up and a wait. And you take out all of the old stuff them. Forget them on point and a click. That's the way you have to do with StreamYard. Zine, with OBS, if you don't see me move with speed, it means that I did actually prepare the live first. I have everything laid out and waiting. I'm just have and I beat the information back at one another. You see me? Because OBS set up a way now where I can have 100 browser writers so the information that I have, then I share my screen and then I play. What I want to get back to, which I will get back to, in terms of the quality of the show, is my green screen. Now I go back to my green screen, ladies and gentlemen. I get a black cloth because when they start using green screen because of the yellow walls, because when we use the green screen, it was distorted because the walls of the house is yellow. So I'm going to get a thick black cloth to put behind the green screen, and I'm going to start to use my camera again, you understand, and get jiggy. Yeah, man, I'm going to get some new equipment, and I'm going to get my stream, my soundboard. I'm going to get a new microphone, headphone, the whole works. Anytime, yo, we are turn up back this platform into the learning sessions then, the educating sessions. While I was being educated, you were being educated as well. It's happening now still, you know. But when I look back at last year when I just began, it was on another level. Last year, early last year, anytime I was digging for information, just finding out stuff, and then all the different parts of the show. I'm just gonna get back all those ingredients back, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, there's some new sound bites out there that I need to snatch and put down. You understand? Because it's gonna be a doozy. 2026 is gonna be epic, no doubt about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look at this today. 3 taken into custody in relation to SSL fraud. Who remember the SSL? You remember the big scandal with SSL? Is who for money them the thief? But coming here, I'm just asking the questions because I realize
it mentioned in bold. You know, the other people that lost their money. I need you guys to raise your voice in concert. And big up that 78-year-old lady that came out in the newspaper, although she never did want her name to go out. I want to big her up same way. And you guys can do that. You guys can be anonymous and go out there and reach out. Reach out to Andre Stevens, reach out to Mystic Sensation, reach out to Wayne Lonesome, reach out to Will Rattigan. You understand? Reach out. Reach out to everybody that will tell your story. That will put your story out there. Right? Because these criminals need to be put behind bars and do hard labor. And not just them. Anybody that benefit them, family member, then dog, everybody. I don't business. If them have one puss, lock up the puss too. Me tired of corruption in Jamaica. It needs to stop, brother. And if it don't stop, people that want to engage in corruption should have the fear of God in them when it comes to the punishment that they will face. Because corruption is eroding. You know how much children didn't get a scholarship because of SSL? You know how much children didn't get help to go to school because of SSL? These people that were robbed, you know, them have family members, you know. Them have a heart, you know. You don't know what type of entrepreneurial things that they were doing in their community. And because they were set back, those things and those goodwill things that they would have done to be set back. Usain Bolt is a perfect example. The man is always giving back. The fact that somebody would rob Usain Bolt, them need to go to prison like overtime for just that alone. Them know say Usain Bolt having money today and them rob him. I'm not saying Usain Bolt is better and is more important than anybody else. I'm just saying, mighty God, the young man have a heart. Him wealthy and him have a heart. And he's supposed to be a hero for Jamaica on so many levels, although not official yet. So for somebody to be having a company in Jamaica and decided, like, if they rob Usain Bolt, that means they wouldn't rob, and they would not rob anybody else. Like, nobody is off limits. Nobody is off limits. From them pull that the trigger there, you know, so them people are not having no heart. And you know, Head Boy said it and I said it on my platform as well. The fact that this man was walking without handcuffs on really bothered me. You come in there to arrest him. Why you don't put on the handcuff them, brother? When have you guys ever offered that same level of you know, leniency on a regular citizen? Look on the youth are chugging. Look how they deal with them. Look how they deal with the scammer them and mobile. What is the difference? What is the difference? As them said, it's a big food. SSL a big food chopping. You talk about US $30 million. Calculate that by 160. Crazy. Zine? So what happened? What? Because them are so-called high society people? Huh? That's why? Well, if the devil they're in a high society, you know, I don't think the devil should be treated like an angel. If the devil is living in high society, I don't think the devil should be treated like an angel. You treat the devil like the devil. Simple.
That these days the labor rights they really love
equity in justice
to issue out threats of lawsuit, you know.
Failed justice system.
You see, because I don't have no big lawyer in my corner yet, I have to be very careful. But ladies and gentlemen, big news. We taken into custody in relation to SSL fraud probe. Blessings to each and everyone who are on the live. Like it, share it.
If you open this
But look at what is happening.
Nah, go on, go.
I am happy that we are actually seeing some amount of justice taking place. I'm not necessarily excited to the fullest extent of the thought.
No.
But I am happy that 3 are taken into custody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because we are living in a time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
I promise I won't be with you long. Catch me next year. Catch me next year. Catch me next year, where we'll be blazing the fire right here on The Perspective with Perry Cummings Jr. We'll be having guests coming on, right? We'll be having support systems coming on to share their views. But I am excited because we
Celine, what's up, my baby?
Jamaica
I feel big up.
A place where corruption goes either unnoticed or persons are willing to hold others accountable. I will say this, and nobody can take my talk from me. This administration is the first administration. I'm talking about the Andrew Wallet administration. It is the first administration in government that I know of in Jamaica that has spoken the least on corruption. There is a precedent, ladies and gentlemen, that has been set by this government under this JLP administration that creates a space for criminality to flourish.
Talk truth.
I want you to hear me well today, ladies and gentlemen.
Talk truth.
Even as we approach the end of 2025.
Big up Anissa Belrose. Who agree with Perry Cummings? Anissa, make me see you live and may I tell you, say, it come like, say, it's an energy. It come like we get mental and spiritual attack. I'm want to big up Desine. Desine from Canada. She linked me and she said something to me. And as I am always humble, I had to recognize truth when truth was being spoken. And it was a critique of myself that I have to fix. So there are certain things that I say that I won't say anymore. I'm going to speak life into this platform, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to speak life into my life. You understand? I'm going to speak success into my endeavors. I'm not going to speak any more negativity into this platform because word, sound, and power. You understand what I deal with? So it doesn't matter what the enemy is trying or will try. They will always try. They will always come after us. We are going to rise like the tide. We are going to rise high like the tsunami and tower over all of it. You understand? Hold on. I was going to say, oh, I couldn't find this little part here that's important to zip up this thing, man. Give me a second, guys. You see me come out today? Yeah, man. Button up shirt vibes. TikTok, me know I love this. Yeah, man. We are speak life in the platform, man. People, you are the engine that makes this platform grow. And if you love this platform, I say to you, share this video with 20 persons. Share this video with 20 persons. Remind them or let them know that Bolo VNR is live. Alright? That is how we rise above it all. You get me? Somebody just sent me a gift. Thank you so much. Somebody just, who is this? Everton Stewart. Let me hear what them say. Somebody just sent me one request. Hopefully it's nobody coming on here with the nonsense, you know, man. We don't entertain the nonsense, you know. AI66777, big up yourself, my general. Respect and manners. Yes? On TikTok. Thanks for the gifts. The word is love. Oh, are you sending one request? What you say now? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Hi. If you're hearing me loud and clear, for those who are on the live, let me know that you're hearing me loud and clear.
Loud and clear, sir.
But as we close 2025, this is what we're closing out the year with. Finally, brethren, the Bible says, finally, my brethren. Finally, what is 3 years? Now we are seeing
active fire, big up.
Where at least some amount of effort is being placed into getting these criminals behind bars.
Mighty God.
For too long, Jamaica has hugged up corruption.
Yes.
For too long, we have slapped people on their wrists
Yes.
when they have done wrong.
Yes.
Treacherous acts.
Yes.
We have allowed people to feel comfortable when they steal people hard-earned money.
Talk truth.
I hear somebody say, Bolt, you're too silent. I hear somebody say, Bolt, Usain Bolt, you're the fastest man on the planet. Why aren't you quick enough to come to the public and tell us what is really happening? People are asking questions. And I'm saying to the ladies,
where said Anissa, where said YouTube open free gift? I don't know. So that don't apply to people that register in Jamaica. Cause if you notice, I am monetized, but you can't send me a super chat. Super chats don't work for me in Jamaica because I am registered here. Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize that I'm monetized, you know. Oh, it is a virtual live. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I always put my donation link. So the Cash App, the PayPal, the Zelle. Yeah, man. How you doing, Inez? What's up? Big up yourself.
And gentlemen, I could not end today being what? The 27th it is?
28.
Of December
this was
2025?
this was a day ago. So yeah, 27. This was a day ago.
And I did not address this. One by one, you will all be going to jail.
Because one by one, you going
Let's
to jail.
go. Turn
one
up.
By,
turn up. Turn
one
up.
By.
Turn up. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember, you know, you have to remember that Mark Golding's prophetic word was, when the right time come, some are going to charge for corruption. Oh yes. And you know, that is why they worked so very hard on September 3rd or leading up to, and on the day, you understand, to create high levels of skullduggery, a skullduggery environment. Let's continue.
One by one, ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of them, they shall be going to jail. You know why? You know why? Because there's coming a time, ladies and gentlemen, where the evils of these people in the upper echelons of society will come to the fore, and the law will have no choice but to put these people behind bars. They must suffer the consequences. But ladies and gentlemen, I am hearing a question being asked on social media. What about some of those politicians who have also robbed money? I'm not going to call it a name, but what about some of these politicians who have robbed poor people money? What about some of these politicians who are grandstanding in parliament? They have done treacherous acts as well. What about them? One by one, you'll all be going to jail. If God be God in Jamaica land we love, one by one into jail.
Because one by one, you go into jail. One by you go into one by.
I don't know how people can get happy when criminals are going to jail. You know how the lab rat them sad when them hear all them argument, yeah? You know how them vex the corrupt people I go get locked up. I don't understand it. It's quite beyond me, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite beyond me. But talking about the lab rats, you know, and I want somebody to do some research for me on this. Let me play this first. Listen to this.
National Party operatives have the audacity to screech that Jamaica is drowning the people. money is there, man.
You see, this is how you know that the lab rat them don't speak truth. They are still pushing this narrative about FinSac. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys know better now. Because this FinSac thing should be put to bed. Lauren, how you doing? And SSL, we cannot blame anybody else but the Jamaica Labour Party for SSL. We cannot blame anybody. The Prime Minister himself put money into SSL. The Prime Minister got money. The only person allegedly that got money out of, he was so smart. Nicodemus can see in the future type of vibe where him say, alright, make me take out my money, and as soon as him take out fee money, the whole thing crash. Is that a coincidence? Dana, how you doing? Do you guys really believe, territory big up, do you guys really believe that this is a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen? And this idiot to do this post want people to believe nonsense about FinSac. One of the biggest reasons why FinSac happened was the banking system under the JLP, when Edward Siaga could have borrowed 30 million and don't remember saying borrow it. Mash up it back, and it was an unsecured loan. A unsecured loan. Who remember some of the details in the Andrew Honest Integrity Commission case? Paulette, how you doing? Who remember some of the details? Wasn't there a similar thing with a loan where him supposed to have the property as collateral for the loan, but he got the loan before the property was collateral? Me say watch God work, man, in a 2026, man. All of the things them have hide under the nasty carpet of corruption under the Jamaica Labour Party. I don't know how it's going to happen because God is in control, but just watch God work. Because the devil them are working on the syndicate, the SSL syndicate of criminals them, are plotting. This is turn one big old soap opera, Because now we see the man them come up now. I mean, I want to play them one. It's a foolishness because it's a person I come talk about say 44 index. We're going to get back to that. Because I know say that a foolishness when I talk. I know say the facts. Under PJ Patterson, the corruption index was higher than that. What was the corruption index under PJ Patterson? What the Gleaner article there? Go on the Gleaner article. With them three people and with them all. Come on know how them get $1 million bill. A 1 million US. Stocks and Security Limited founder Hugh Krasky, his daughter Sarah Meany, and ex-co-founder Zachary Harding have been charged with multiple criminal offenses in connection with the alleged multi-million-dollar fraud at the investment firm. According to an attorney at law enforcement sources, the three were taken into custody on Saturday following police raid at 4 locations. The charges include fraudulently inducing persons to invest, operating a securities business without a dealer's license, failure to register a company carrying on business in Jamaica, failure to apply Financial Service Commission for registration of securities, and breaches of the Banking Service Act. How did all of these things happen under Andrew Honest government? How did this happen? What did he do to remedy this situation after SSL? Was there any action by the Jamaica Labour Party? I am just asking. Krasky was granted bail in the sum of $1 million and is to make his first court appearance on January 26. His attorneys, King Counsel Peter Champagne, confirmed. Meaning and Hardy were also granted bail. Ladies and gentlemen, with a caution, dig up yourself. With a case like this, with a power structure like this that has that amount of money, you would think that the government would say no, or the judicial system would say no, you are a flight risk. You're a flight risk. We're not granting a bail until I go to court. This is massive allegation of fraud. So you have to sit this one out. You have to go stay on the ground. You have to go rub out some time. Listen, if this was a regular Jamaican, I think you'd be granted bail. And granted bail at 1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about who them know and who them is and what level of society them claim to be that they are. Right? He was not locked up in any handcuffs. That's why I said this is a soap opera business. Let it be a regular Jamaican that did that. They see me just want to big you up to, you know. Ruth, how you doing? Let it have been Terry, a regular Jamaican that did this. Let it have been Mr. Chuggit that was responsible for this. You know, he wouldn't get a bail. The brother with them, Mr. Chuggit, brother with them lock up and him in prison. They saw them deal with him. I am not backing any wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I am saying, even on the allegation of this level of wrong, how can you give this man 1 million Jamaican when a 30 million US allegedly was fleeced? So if it is that he is guilty, right, or partially guilty of some type of person, and this is a question, I'm not saying he's guilty. If it is that he is guilty, or partially guilty and have some type of, you know, partner in crime in the situation, guys, I'm inviting you to help me to get my goal on TikTok. All right, check it out. If it is that MAGNITSKY and his daughter and Zachary Harding is guilty, I mean, that type of money, you know, things so the man them can take with them passport, Mocha. Ask the judge to take with them passport. Was that a part of the court order? As a matter of fact, with that type of money, they no still can't flee Jamaica. In these corrupt times. Dorothy, what are you talking about? It's the white van. It is, I don't know what Dorothy talk about something different. Dorothy, you're off topic. You throw me off. I don't know what you're talking about. Zine, $1 million? Come on, bro. That's crazy, man. That we have to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. But Ed Boy says something
The police have identified them. This is one of the lie on the boy I tell. Shit off.
And hear the fact now. In section 42 to be specific.
But what that was in 2015. And when I found that thing, I said to God, is this a sign that this is mine? Have it. From 2015. Let me take on that plate.
Ed Boy, I know.
You see like how to break, you somebody break my
Listen to the argument from Ed Boy. Big up on Colin Bell.
But what I'm telling you all, Ed Boy, nobody wanted Boston Beach. I saw a vision for that place and I took it on. The rest is history. Everybody else we attack.
Somebody named DP I violate Colin Bell. Call up him name and I tell lie for the man line. So that him say. Somebody we know a long time too. Hey Mark, until me see something come out of it, I believe what you said. Until I see something come out of this, I will believe what you just said a while ago, man. I don't believe nothing is gonna come out of it. I believe we're gonna see a slap on it. And by the way, DPP, how you get 300 pages? Vetala, where you say the judge must go. And Gaza Black, long time, say, big up yourself. How you get 300 pages? Is it 300 pages from the Crow report? How you get so much data and never charge you, MAGNITSKY and Zachary, whatever, Hardling? Huh? I wanted us to believe that Jean Panton was the only one or is involved in this where she had us the mastermind and do everything. You wanted us to believe that? Because what? We don't. We never have nobody sensible out there like a head boy. We never have nobody sensible out there like a what you call it, what my man the name again? We come from Portland, Spice TV. We never have all of these financial. Thank you for sharing and following. And we never had all of these financial gurus, ladies and gentlemen. And that you try to tell me, say, come on, man. Somebody would have figured it out. Y'all need to stop.
Even deep, even never know say I say a bad mind. We never know say all the time that you were right beside me, you did not grudge me. People used to tell me, that you were president. They can't brush it off. Program chance to express themselves on a Sunday morning.
Here we go.
Well, I come today for the FSC, and I've come today for the new Minister of Finance. And let me tell you why.
Yes,
Colin. I looked at the charges that Zachary had been,
listen to this,
and you Crosby has been charged under. And I think it's slip a lot of Jamaicans, but really they have been charged under. Yeah. Now, two things them charged under, and let us just make it clear.
Yeah.
They have been charged under the Banking Service Act.
Yes.
They have been charged under the Banking Act of Jamaica, and they have been charged under the Securities Act. And in the case of Zachary, he has been. In the case of Crosby, he's been charged for larceny.
Rasta man, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I look at all of those provisions and I've run them. Me a researcher, Colin.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And this is my field. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is my field. What are the provisions under the Banking Act of
Jamaica? Like and share, guys. Like and share.
Specific. Yeah?
Yes.
When I go in, I'm going to send you a copy of it, Colin, for your reading. Yeah?
Yes.
When you look at the offences section, right, which is section 40 to 44, 42 to be specific, the offences is you pay $250,000 per every million. 200 and let me give you the offense.
$200 and something thousand per million.
Yeah, let me give you the offences right now, Colin. Let me get the thing here because I have the thing.
Where's it?
Because I'm just reviewing it and going through the preparation of it. See,
you're breaking up a bit, Ed boy.
Good day. Because myself traveling. Foodie.
Right. My internet tends to be very unstable in the house here for some reason. Okay. So I'm at section 29 now. So it's page 60 for the reading of anybody. It's the Banking Act of Jamaica.
Listen to this.
So we're on page section 42. I just had it down. Section 42. Okay. Nice. Ready?
Yes.
The offences. So each act has an offensive section. Yeah?
Yes.
Penalty sections as well. So 42.4 says a person who is fined is imposed under this act may be sentenced in default of payment thereof to imprisonment with or without hard labor in the case of a fine, not under here the fact now, exceeding $200,000 for a period not exceeding 3 months, exceeding $200,000 but not exceeding $1 million for a period not exceeding 6 months, exceeding $1 million for a period not exceeding 12 months. You hear that?
Mm-hmm. And you're saying it's $200,000 per $1 million?
Well, this act is now saying for exceeding $200,000 but not exceeding $1 million. So under these acts, right? Under the act, so for every $200,000 you get 3 months charge. Yeah. So
what you're saying is basically little or nothing.
That's the point. So I'm saying if I have misappropriated my client's funds and I have something I've already just paid the fines.
But after you're found guilty and pay the fine, you can then be sued by each individual.
Go again, Colin, I didn't hear you.
After you have paid that fine or served the time, once you are found guilty, you can then be sued by each individual.
Absolutely. But understand, if you kick in the Insolvency Act, which is bankruptcy.
Yes.
Yeah?
You become a man of zilch.
Good.
So suing you don't make no sense.
Wow.
Suing you don't make no sense because you have been publicly declared broke. And by the way, these guys don't hold money in them name. Let me tell the entire country they don't hold it in them name. They have some trust set up in Cayman, they have some trust set up in BVI and Turks and Caicos. With these trusts sometimes are irrevocable trusts. Yeah? They're very strong because the trust sometimes is locked up in a holding company that will buy another company. Eh?
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see. But then, because I realize something that might be, the US is involved.
No, this is serious enough. So, all right. So potentially, what he's saying is that the charges are the penalties for the charges against you, Crosby, and no wonder the man walk. Hey, the man say, listen, hey, I'm here to play the long game. Y'all don't know what. Listen, I know what time it. Like that energy that me I get. Me don't know about Uno. When me see the man, you cross carry, and in body language I walk towards the police a search van. Like bro, I don't see somebody that's worried. You get me? I see somebody that is playing chess. He's unbothered. Thank you so much. He's unbothered. That's why I said this is little to do with this. To me, this is PR. To me, I have no faith in the judicial system. Right? Judges can be corrupted. Right? And then when I look at the charges involved with these crimes, I mean, if you rob $1 million and I go pay a fine of 200,000, you still have 700,000 for every million. If that's the case, you don't get no prison time. Come on, bro.
In this,
Nah.
And I didn't say much last night on a particular program I was, because I wanted to withhold the information until I confirmed it.
Yes.
There was a lodgement made by a particular Jamaican without disclosing who the person is, who was defrauded.
Yeah.
And that individual made a lodgement of a lodge of complaint with the SEC in the United States.
Also, so somebody.
Whoa, and Ramsey walk one long time, don't see. Good to see you, my darling. All of my day ones coming back. Wanna like and share the video so we can get some more of the familiar faces back in the chat. Jotari, you hear this? Top shot I say, just a phone call over Jamaica Constitution. Mighty God, Bolo. No, Bolo. No, that one they serious. That one they serious. That one they serious.
Mighty God, we need your divine intervention.
No.
We're tired of the labor right. We're tired of the green people.
No, man, no. The man said, Top Shatter said, just one phone call override Jamaica Constitution. What a thing.
Made a complaint to the
who was defrauded.
Yeah.
And that individual made a wanted to withhold the information until I confirmed it.
Yes.
There was a lodgement made by a particular Jamaican without disclosing who the person is, who was defrauded.
Yeah.
And that individual made a lodgement of a lodge of complaint with the SEC in the United States.
Also, so somebody made a complaint to the US.
Yes, because remember, when you are selling securities, stocks and bonds belonging to the United States, it's a regulated entity. No matter where you're in the world, you can't sell American stocks and securities without being properly regulated in your jurisdiction, plus in the United States. Yeah? Now, that individual reported to the United States that the SEC, in fact, and the person is a resident of Florida, and they reported to by the way, the home state of the president, not just New York, remember says Trump state that,
Yeah. Trump was West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach or Mar-a-Lago, right? And they raised the issue with the SEC. Now, if you realize they have charged Zachary Harding and his followers under the Securities Act.
No, Zachary get charged yet?
Yes. Well, no, the charges are there waiting for him. Sorry, the charges are there waiting for him. My bad. The charges are there waiting for him, right? So, but what I saw in the Gleaner this morning, the proper charges. So I'm surprised you're asking. Let me double check your calendar. One thing
let me double check.
But I saw in the Gleaner this morning, said it said update you cross with Dr. Sarah Maney and Zachary Harding being questioned in SSL program.
Yeah.
And it goes to say that Zachary has been, let me get that thing here. It says Harding was being held on reasonable suspicion. Harding reported investigated later Saturday. So he came to them Saturday. So he's there with them now. So
well,
I am just simply...
Go ahead, boy.
I'm just simply saying the securities aspect.
All of them charge.
I am seeing possible extradition requests coming.
All of them charge. It says here, Stocks and Security Limited founder Hugh Crosby, his daughter, and Zara Mean, and ex-CEO Zachary Harding have been charged with multiple criminal offenses in connection with the alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud at the investment firm, according to an attorney at law and enforcement sources. Yeah, man, they get charged, man. They get charged.
What?
Yeah, once you breach, because I am seeing...
Go ahead, boy.
I'm just simply saying the securities aspect, I am seeing possible extradition requests coming.
Please
what?
Yeah, once you breach,
Go ahead, boy.
I'm just simply saying the securities aspect. I am seeing possible extradition requests coming.
What?
Yeah, once you breach, Colin, I tell people now, and I said to the young people them who said them at please leave American citizens, British citizens and Canadian citizens. Their governments will defend them till death.
Hold on there. I want to play about this clip here from Archie. Hold on there, boy. Let me play about this clip here from...
you're telling me, because it's an American citizen, and the business was done in America, and American dollars was invested, that could be the kryptonite for lock down these guys. Hopefully they not have no connections in America, because corruption spread far enough. You feel me I deal with? No, them man forget lock up, brother. Them man, if they find them guilty, them forget lock up. And let me tell you something. I don't care who is involved. I don't business if PMP involved. I don't business if JLP involved. I don't business if NDM, UIC. I don't business which political party involved. If you are involved, you forget lock up. Period. Period. Stop me tired of this foolishness, man. Tired, man.
From RGR, so everybody can hear a little more.
Former Stocks and Securities Limited Director Hugh Croskrey, his daughter Sarah Meany, and ex-CEO Zachary Harding are being questioned by authorities on reasonable suspicion of breaching multiple financial and corporate laws. The Financial Investigations Division also says multiple electronic devices and documents related to the collapsed investment firm were seized during today's pre-dawn operations in St. Andrew and St. James as part of the ongoing investigation into the collapsed investment firm. The Financial Investigations Division says investigators are assessing all matters arising and forensically inspecting all evidence collected. Croskrey, the founder of SSL, his daughter and her husband Dermot were taken from separate premises in St. Andrew and Kempshot District, St. James, during the coordinated operations that included FID, the police, and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency. The FID said Croskrey and Meany were taken into custody on reasonable suspicion of breaches of the Bank of Jamaica Act, the Securities Act, the Larceny Act, and the Banking Services Act. Harding reported to investigators this afternoon to be questioned in the presence of his attorney. Harding is being interrogated on reasonable suspicion of breaching the Bank of Jamaica Act, the Securities Act, the Banking Services Act, and the Companies Act. Meany's husband, Dermot Meany, was arrested for an alleged breach of the Firearms Act, which the FID claimed was discovered during the operation. The FID said Dermot Meany, a licensed firearm holder, was found in possession of ammunition exceeding the legally permitted amount. According to the FID, documents related to SSL and multiple electronic devices were among the items seized at the premises where Meany was held. Earlier, the FID said its operations were linked to alleged fraudulent activity at SSL, which became public in January 2023. To date, the only person charged is former SSL client relationship manager, Jean-Ann Panton, who was slapped with multiple offenses in February 2023. Panton has claimed that her initial confession was made under duress due to an alleged offer from Hugh Croskrey. She has since recanted the confession and denies any involvement. Croskrey has denied the allegation. The FID previously indicated that more than 200 client accounts were affected in the alleged fraud, which it said involved over $30 million. A company owned by sports legend Usain Bolt is among the impacted clients. Earlier this year, Bolt expressed displeasure over the pace of investigations. And the Director of Communications...
Can't stop that there, sir. Yes, Ed boy, so you heard that.
Right. So those are the Securities Act, which they have been charged under. Yeah? Right? And as I was reading from the Gleaner, so in fact, Zach Harding turning himself last night to them.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And that's why they were able to proffer these charges against him. Now,
yes.
But what I'm saying, when you look at the Banking Act, and why is the daughter and other persons being charged? I just might ask that question.
Yes.
I want to tell them why. Because when you are a shareholder, when you are a company secretary, when you are a director in a company, when things go sour, especially under the Banking Act of Jamaica,
yes.
You are the first person to go and hold responsible.
Oh, yeah.
But not only that, under the banking service, under the Banking Act of Jamaica, they're in provisions 39, and I want thing with us, I went through this in about 3-4 hours this morning, Colin.
Yes,
yeah?
Yes.
When I looked at it, I said, this is why they are now in serious deep water. Because what happened is that the wound up of SSL, so-called wound up of SSL, was not done properly. Oh. So what they did was to move the assets of SSL when it shouldn't. FSC should have froze the assets.
Because that's one of the things we were thinking, Ed boy. Why is it that all the assets of SSL wasn't gathered in before anybody try move anything and use that, sell that to pay the people back their money who lose their money.
Because they were given
That is
time
one of the things that FinSac did, you know. FinSac copper claw the assets of the banks that run array of the law and sold them back and pay back people their money.
Of course, so some people could have gotten back something from the financial
Exactly, but all they got back out of SSL was about 200 million.
roughly, and that was wasn't that some insurance money that they had or some claim?
There was insurance I think of about $1 million US, but some of that money they did have to pay back the people that did that work. Because remember at one time the Minister of Finance was saying to the country that we're going to have to pay the staff at SSL, and the country was saying, oh, pay what? And then the insurance money came in, they used some of that to pay them. Yeah, so it was about 110 million share up me here, some little bit of money. Obi's on the line, so maybe Obi can remember some of the things. Obi?
Hi, Colin. Morning,
Conrad.
Good morning. Good morning, listeners and viewers. Colin, yesterday we had some discussion on this matter.
Yes.
And I shared with you guys that I was privy to some information, and certainly what we'll see now is the piece is
Hold on there. Neeks just joined for 1 month. Neeks, big up yourself. Neeks in the building. I want to sing for Neeks now. We can't sing that. We can't sing that. Sing. Hey, when we sing for you, Neeks, I will song we sing for you. Happy New Year. Let me sing Happy New Year song. Thank you for the gifts and thank you for the support, man. Big up, big up, big up. People, I want to encourage you guys to join the membership on TikTok. Yes, join the membership on TikTok. Alright? Don't be shy. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, Nicks. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. They don't have a Happy New Year song. They only have We Wish You a Happy New... No, a Merry Christmas that. I'm not to do the Christmas thing, but I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Happy New Year to you and your family. Prosperous New Year. Let it be the season of bloom. You understand? The season of manifestation. The season of peace. The season of elevation. You understand? Just Vibes Gaming. Big up yourself. Respect. Thank everybody for being here. I want to just tap up the screen there for me. Alright? Yeah.
Coming together. Of course, you would have heard in the newscast what Gene and Panchan said.
Yes.
That he basically acted on the duress. And, it also, as Ed Boy has been saying, that the Banking Act of Jamaica basically clearly outlined the way that one's supposed to proceed. But where the rubber really hits the road, Colin, is the involvement with the securities.
Oh yeah, big up, bro. Big up, big up.
To the United States, and I totally agree with Ed Boy that we could be seeing some extradition order in all of this. So we are watching, we're seeing the pieces coming together. If you notice, the statement that was issued yesterday by the opposition spokesman and national security.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, you know me have to play that. I have to play that. People, before me play that, the clerk of the House of Parliament, Colleen Lowe, instructed staff to proceed with the two multi-million-dollar projects despite internal concerns about the procurement compliance. According to the correspondence obtained by the Sunday Gleaner, the records also show a low warning that failure to follow her instruction could result in disciplinary action. So not only did she, according to the article, not observe the internal warnings about the procurement, but allegedly she threatened the individuals that she gave instructions with disciplinary action. Mighty God. The correspondence shed new light on decision making around two projects flagged in a 49-page Auditor General's Department report released earlier this month. The 24 million renovation of the members' lounge and the 3.2 million purchase of air-conditioned units. The audit did not reference the internal concerns or Lowe's written directives. And right here, I'm looking at this article and there is a receipt, ladies and gentlemen. There is a letter signed by Miss Colin Lowe, Clerk of the House, August 13, 2024, emergency renovation of members' lounge. I urge you to act expeditiously in uploading the bidding documents, as any further delay is costing us valuable time. Please note that if any additional expenses are incurred as a direct result of your delay, you may be held liable and subject to a surcharge. I trust that you address this matter with the urgency it requires. Regards, Miss Colin Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, another scandal under the Jamaica Labour Party. Big up yourself, Marlene. Another scandal. Listen, nobody can even make up this about the Jamaica Labour Party. They do it to themselves. That's why I only read the news. I don't come here to come make up nothing upon them. I am only referencing documentation that is already out there. The Integrity Commission report documentation. You understand? All of those different documentations is what I am referencing. I don't have time to come on here to come make up anything about anybody. That's lame. That's actually lame. You feel what I'm saying? So this is shocking to me because I didn't even follow up this story with the Auditor General. I was like, yep, there goes another one. But only come find out that this lady, no wonder Juliet Owens wanted that elder lady out. You remember the scuffle with Juliet Owens and the clerk of the house, the former clerk of the house? Has she gotten paid yet? Has she gotten her money yet? I'm just asking. That lady was a clerk of the house for years. Right? And then, boop, here comes Juliet Owens and she have a problem and bloop. I guess it appears that when you don't act against your integrity and you don't follow instructions, as they say, you're probably going to, Valerie Curtis, thank you so much, Marlene. You're going to have problems with these people. Once you're standing on integrity, you cannot be around them because they have none. Pure skullduggery. That's how it appears. It appears like it's just pure skullduggery. CIB Jamaica profit plunges 88%. Whoa, wait, what? CIBC Caribbean Bank Jamaica Limited made 45.9 million profit for its October 2025 year end, or 4/5 less than a year earlier, as the bank grappled with the impact of the Hurricane Melissa. Well, everybody I get hit. Names release of victims in the Edward Siaga Highway. There should even be an Edward Siaga Highway. The level of disrespect. That's a whole nother conversation. Sassy, how you doing, Sassy? Bless up. That's a whole nother conversation. Oh my God, what is this? Trump welcome Zelensky. Talks assert. Why is Zelensky I look on Trump like that? It's kind of weird. Anyway, I don't really want to get involved. Police credits Operation Forensics for 59% drop in unaliving in Kingston. Hey, I can't wait. I think I need to look at I'm gonna do a live about that Mr. Will Rattigan show. I need to hear what he had to say about the numbers where the crime rate is concerned. I didn't get to catch it. His video is 5 hours long, and there's only so much time in the day. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. People's National Party. People's National Party. Before I forget, let's hear what the man had to say. Happy birthday to Dr. Peter Phillips. Wow, today is his birthday. December man too. What?
The announcement of the operations today by the various security agencies in the SSL fraud matter is welcomed, though long overdue in coming.
Talk about it.
I commend the personnel
Georgina,
in the various
what's up?
agencies for their courage in pursuing this matter and look forward to early arrest and successful prosecution of all persons involved in this massive multi-billion-dollar fraud. The criminal act by those well-to-do involved has robbed so many of our people of their hard-earned money and deprived so many of them of a quality of life they have sacrificed to secure. I am also commending the many Jamaicans across the country and in the diaspora who have lent their persistent voices in demanding that all those responsible be held accountable. It is only our collective and persistent agitations will ensure that the interests of everyday Jamaicans are protected, not only from criminals on the streets, but also from those in high places.
At pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
Yeah, man, a full time now, some people big up in the night and get locked up. I agree with you, sir. Totally agree with you. People go check out Colin Bell show, you know. Port and Spice this morning, you know.
It's carefully worded and a lot of diplomatic languages being used there. While he commend the operatives in the whole thing, he has not gone full 100. There is a lot to come, Colin, and I'm saying that the days ahead could be very, very interested in this particular scenario.
Well, there are people in the chat room who still believe that nothing now come out of it. Me kind of believe that too. But I am hopeful because one of the things that Ed Boy told us a while ago that he has information that somebody who lives in Miami, Florida, made a report to the United States of America because they had money in SSL. Wasn't that what he said, Ed Boy?
That could be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember that the SEC, anywhere American stocks are being sold or traded, it is regulated by the SEC. We might have a local securities regulation, but ultimately, if you're going to purchase stocks in the United States, it's a regulated activity. And if you purport to sell stocks that you were never authorized to sell and never purchased, it's a misrepresentation. And the SEC, let me tell you something. This is one of the worst. Might as well the man that did involved in running the water. You hear? This is one of the worst crimes you can be charged in the United States. Securities fraud. Yeah?
But, oh boy. Hey boy, 2 years have passed since all of this happened. Are you of the opinion that the evidence that they are seeking or looking for is still available to date?
The Kroll report is the evidence.
Why the government don't release the Kroll report?
They don't release it. It was given to the SEC in the United States.
Hey boy, you're too light. You don't know that.
No, sir. So how do you think the SEC can proffer a case?
So hold on, Obi. Are you saying the SEC? What is the SEC?
It is the Stock Exchange. Let me get the right name first. Securities Exchange Commission.
In the United States.
In the United States. Yes.
Sharon, the on top of thing, Sharon say the Securities and Exchange Commission don't play. Mighty God.
Securities Exchange Commission.
You are positing that they are involved in this, the thing yesterday morning?
Absolutely. Remember Apple stocks, when they gave you saying about the fake stock paper, they said that his stocks were growing. Remember the man, you see, one of the first Jamaican really, to have strong investments apparently on paper in Apple, in Amazon. Yes.
So hold on, you're seeing 12 million US should have bought stocks in Apple and Amazon.
Yes, that was because what they did, typically when you're selling securities, you look at some of the top 10 performers.
Yeah.
And you said to your client, I'm going to spread this across here. You can put 100,000, let's say you can put 100,000, but you might like a stock like an Apple. You say, look here, this one is going to grow. So I tell you, put at least 1/3 of your investment here, and then buy some little mini stocks.
Yeah, put on 5 million for Apple and 3 million for Amazon.
Yeah. And so, in itself, they defrauded, they misrepresented stock securities exchange in Jamaica and their relationship. But what we need to know, who was SSL's broker, who was managing their brokerage account? Which bank?
Hey!
Obi,
Hold
Obi wanted to say something. Don't lose the thought, boy. Make a note. Go ahead, Obi.
No, what I'm saying is that Ed Boy is calibrating the thing correctly, because one of the things you talk about, Colin, is basically evidence as well. There are some ironclad evidence now. We have been talking about the securities that would basically align to the United States. That in itself, Colin, would provide some amount of evidence there. And as Ed Boy said, when you're talking about the volume of money that you see in Bolt and
like and share, guys, like and share.
Invested, you'll be looking at the top stocks and crosswords such as Amazon and all of those, those major stocks that would be there. So that's how the portfolio would have been built out, and it brings the United States not that into the scheme of things. There's also another that we need to connect, Colin. Remember that we're talking about the United States currency.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
So that is also important in the scheme of things, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Ed Boy?
Truth is strong.
No, you're correct. Where there is USD involved, the Federal Reserve of the United States, is going to get involved. Yeah? Because you're talking about transactions, that's USD. If you're talking about GBP, then the Bank of England. And if you're talking about Euro, then the ECB, the European Central Bank, would be involved in lieu of some of the actions from the BIS, which is the Bank of International Settlements. So when you look at this case, Colin, for me, the securities aspect for me is sufficient to warrant an extradition request. And I'm using the opportunity for the United States, which most people know I'm not a big fan of. But I'm using the opportunity to say to them that this is the perfect opportunity to solve the issues we have been having in the Caribbean for a long time. With people who come sell people securities, open investment and gone with their money. Let these boys who have been doing it for years be an example to the region. You remember Alan Stanford?
Yes. He must still have prison.
Yeah, man.
Still have prison. But Ed Boy, hold on, Obi, a question I want to ask you, Ed Boy. How serious is insider trading in all of this?
But that is what, under the Banking Service Act, one of the offenses at Section 41 speaks to insider trading. And if you look at some of the charges that have been leveled, particularly the Banking Service Act, which is different from the Banking Act, it is insider trading is one of the charges under the Banking Service Act and securities as well.
Because where I'm going with that, who told a certain man to take out his money at a certain time?
No, but he is also a suspect. Under what instructions?
Tell her. Continue, boy. I never stop you.
Under what instruction? Who instructed him to remove his money?
Yes.
And why did he remove unscathed? Why was he the only one that was unscathed in this investment? Remember, the Prime Minister said to us that in 2021 he no longer did any more business with SSL. But the issue of SSL started prior to Dr. Phillips, who said to them, "Okay, we're not going no more license."
Well, I saw somebody yesterday take off a clip of this program.
My man, the Khalid Bell show. Wait him again. We always call it all Andrew. When him again, man, I say him are the biggest PMP. I would have mentioned him again. Thank you so much, King K Asafa. Big up yourself. What is it? Abantu. Big up. I am not speaking in tongues, ladies and gentlemen. Me are speaking a code.
Can you live off of this program, eh?
Truth is strongest. Big up yourself.
The vloggers.
No, sir, Marshy. Big up.
Cutting off.
Hey, big up Marshy. He's off 5 PMP, them look a bit. If Marshy watch me, Marshy, he's off a PMP, them look a bit. Something spiritual is going on, Marshy. Just he's off 5 PMP, them look a bit. A spiritual wickedness are going on in Jamaica and a dangerous thing are going on. Yeah, man, just ease off of them look a bit, my general. We have to pray. We have to look to God. A serious thing about in Jamaica. Nadia, good evening. You understand? Thank you for the gifts again. Almighty God. Me then say blessings, Bolo. What they did to Usain Bolt is total disrespectful. Now, listen. Usain Bolt is the poster person behind this fraud. In terms of a victim. He's the poster victim behind the fraud. But Usain Bolt was not the only one that was frauded, You have a 78-year-old woman. You guys remember that article? Let me see if I can find it. Google. 78-year-old victim of SSL speaks out. See, me can't find the article there. See it as September 7th. No. No relief for elderly. No, that's not it. It was before that. It's not 2025. Oh, wait a minute. Is it this? Okay, a 78-year-old woman of St. Andrew. See it here. See it here, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go to this article, yeah? I want you guys to remember this. A 78-year-old woman from St. Andrew. You know what? Where's my microphone? I'm going for my microphone. I need to record this because I need to put this back up. On I need to put this back up on my page because people need to remember this. People need to remember this. The madness needs to stop, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me see. Let me go to my audio just to make sure that it's this microphone that is recording. Perfect. Wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a brother Bolo VNR, and of course we have the SSL debacle, the scandal, the evil, wicked act of what appears to be individuals in very, very high places come to rear its ugly head again. I was just doing my video, and one of my supporters in the comment section reminded me that it was what they did to Usain Bolt was disrespectful. But ladies and gentlemen, Usain Bolt is one of many victims where the SSL scandal and fraud is concerned. And one of them is this lady. Who remember this article? SSL fraud ruined me. Elder woman speaks out about what's happening here. Why is it not expanding? That's crazy. Elder woman speaks out. I don't know why it's not expanding. It's kind of weird. Oh, whoa. Let me see if we can expand it myself, yeah? Alright. Good. I had to do that manually. I don't know why, but anyway. Elder woman speaks out about 60 million lost after investment in 2019. A 78-year-old woman from St. Andrew invested $60 million in the fraud-hit investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited in 2019. $60 million. 78-year-old. Please remember that. 60 million. A sum which she said investigators later told her was never actually invested. Says she has been left financially ruined. The elderly woman who asked the Sunday Gleaner not to identify her said the multi-billion-dollar fraud that came to public attention in January 2023 caused her to seek medical attention, including sedation. On several occasions, the lady had to be sedated. She was losing her mind. She was traumatized, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. The scandal scarred investment firm, have been recommended to the woman by quite a few friends, she told the Sunday Gleaner during an interview last Thursday. She was told SSL paid good interest. The track and field great Usain Bolt name was also used as a pull factor, she said, along with all kinds of other big names. Usain Bolt, you have a responsibility, sir, to come out and raise your voice in concert over this. Now is the time. You being quiet, you have a responsibility, and I hope God visit you very, very seriously. I hope you're somebody that fears God and God visit you and you take it seriously. I am praying that God visits you, Usain Bolt. You are the face, victim-wise, of this SSL fraud. I don't know what is happening. I don't know if you're being muzzled or you're being told by friends to stay quiet because of political I don't know. But this is one of many victims. This is evil and this is wicked. And you need to stand up for the people of Jamaica because your voice is the loudest and you have the biggest pull internationally. You need to start doing some interviews, Usain Bolt. I am calling you out and I have a whole heap of respect for you. I have met you before. You're a good youth. But this needs to stop. And these people need to go to prison for what they did to these people. Let's continue. Your name was used, Usain Bolt, to pull people into this thing. Antonio, big up yourself. So when a Market Street property in Montego Bay willed to her and 3 other siblings by her father was sold, she collected her proceedings, a check of $60 million. It was easy to turn in at 33.5 Hope Road, SSL, now abandoned St. Andrew head office while on her way home. This lady took her check. She never even count the money in her hand to see weight of $60 million. And she went to SSL because why? Usain Bolt's name came up as a recommendation and he was a part of SSL. You understand? Listen to the story. She admitted, however, that she had done no research on the company, that was fraught with irregularities, that the regularities, the Financial Service Commission, FSC, failed to publicly disclose for more than a decade. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go to this clip where that is concerned. Andre Stevenson said something last night in regards to that said thing, and I'm going to play it. Let me just go to my video because I had it on my video that I posted this morning. Right? This particular video right here. Let me go to it. The friend of, what's her name? Let me go exactly to it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Ah, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
And see there now. See there. They had problems for years, and Jackie Lecker, as chairman of SFC, knew the problem, knew that investors could lose their investments and millions. And Jackie Lecker sacked, knowing those things. Something like my wisdom warriors.
So I had to play that. Former FSC chairman mum on the problem for years. The problem with the FSC, that is the problem with the FSC right there. Neglect, ladies and gentlemen. Right? So it says here, the Financial Service Commission failed to publicly disclose. Let me see. Failed to publicly disclose more than a decade this issue, these irregularities. SSL was flagged in 2017 by FSC for a culture of non-compliance and mismanagement of clients' funds. The FSC did not protect the citizens of Jamaica. They must go to prison as well. Unsafe and unsound practice 8 years earlier in 2009 forced the FSC to disrupt the repurchase agreement, repo, business of the firm in 2010 after it noted a 1.3 billion deficit between clients' liabilities and other similar arrangements and SSL matching assets. The SSL offered financial planning, private wealth management, and brokerage services, falling under the purview of the FSC, whose role is to supervise and regulate the securities, insurance, and private pension industries. The woman recalled delivering the check in September 2009, a moment she has come to regret, she repeatedly shared. They were very excited, they were very happy, and they told me not to worry because I wanted to go to BNS, Bank of Nova Scotia, or JMMB, Jamaica Money Market Broker. The guy said to me, if SSL goes under, your money is in Cayman. You hear that? If SSL goes under, your money is in Cayman. Is Mo condemn investigating money in Cayman? I never forget that. Those words, those were his words. She said of her first encounter with SSL. She was asked the amount of interest she was expecting, but noted that she stressed instead the preservation of her capital, which she did not want dwindled away. Her intent, she said, was to keep the money with the firm until she identified a suitable property for purchase. A January 3rd, 2020 proposal from SSL, the woman, which was seen by the Sunday Gleaner, outlined how the firm had intended to invest $58.6 million from the funds she handed over. So, ladies and gentlemen, the lady showed evidence, documentation of how SSL told her that they would invest $58.6 million of her money. The below proposal was created on a conservative basis to increase the current income derived while keeping to an acceptable risk adjustment level given your risk appetite. The document signed by then portfolio manager Shannon Harris and SSL founder and director Hugh Krosky said, follow it, you know. It said $58,697,150.56 would be spread across its group of companies, predominantly in US dollars, Income Solutions, and Jamaica dollars equity. Further, it states that capital preservation, liquidity, and high income were the key income objectives. A total of $5 million would be invested in SSL Jamaica brokerage. Broke down, $2 million would be purchased in stocks in the National Commercial Bank, $2 million in Wilsinco, $1 million set aside for specific upcoming IPOs. The remaining sum of $53,697,150.56 would be invested in SSL Private Wealth Management and SSL Asset Management Cayman. So you see Cayman come up again. AI big up. You see Cayman come up again. A breakdown of how those funds would be managed said US $100,000 would be invested in Eden Garden Private Financing, offering 6.5% per annum for 2 years. It added that US $290,808.95 would go to FTSM and would be kept earning interest until solutions proposed were activated. These solutions included US $200,000 in mortgage fund, secured lending, US $50,000 in SSL BTG contingent, convertible at 8% Canadian dollars, and US $40,000 in high yield liquid bond ETF. When I went on the internet and looked, the money was there. Everything was there. Even long after everything happened, it was there. Honestly, I didn't know why I turned in there SSL. It was just the convenience of it. I just wanted to put it somewhere until I decided to buy an apartment with it and have a little left over to live off. She said when she learned of the US $30 million, or approximately Jamaican 4.7 billion fraud at SSL. She called one of the SSL directors who reportedly told her not to worry and that her funds had not been touched and was safe. Ladies and gentlemen, is that a lie? Is that a lie? Who told her this? More than 200 accounts were impacted by the fraud, including a holding company for both that invested US 6.2 million. But you see, I did not know that there were red flags on SSL. Whose fault is that, ladies and gentlemen? Whose fault is that? But you see, I did not know that there were red flags on SSL from 2015 or 16. And I wasn't business-minded like that. Right? Way to research it like that. Way to research it properly. Then when you hear that they are listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, SSL being listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange gave SSL validity to a lot of people. It's just the truth. A lot of people felt like, yo, this thing legit. It's on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. It felt better. But when I went to get my money, it was chaos, the woman said. The woman said she had hoped that after a FSC appointment manager was installed and she responded quickly to a request for clients to come in, she would be among the first to get back her money. But the FSC later lost control of SSL in May 2024 and was forced by court order to hand over the reins of the company to licensed trustee Cadian Campbell. The elder woman said she had left her banking details, but that proved to be in vain. She told the Sunday Gleaner that since the unraveling of the fraud scandal, she had been contacted by the Financial Investigative Division and the United Kingdom-based Kroll Associates, hired by the government to determine what happened at SSL. King Guape, big up. Guapo, big up. Zine, she said twice she was questioned by the FID in soundproof room, but she refused a third interrogation on the basis that it was yielding nothing. She said detectives also went through her phone, scrutinizing messages and emails. She said after writing her signature on a paper more than 20 times, the FID told her that it had been water forged for transactions at SSL. Fraudulent business is not, ladies and gentlemen. Kroll 2 said, she said, quizzed her at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston, coming to the same conclusion about her signature. Both entities sought to ascertain who recommended SSL to her, but the UK firm went a step further, she said, informing her that it was unlikely that her money was ever invested. The FSC should not have allowed SSL to keep on taking money because they are there to regulate them. And if they know that the company has red flags, they should have gone back and stopped everything until they had sorted themselves. Ladies, the FSC, whoever headed the FSC, need to go to prison. She still recalled that she was having a ball while collecting US $2,000 monthly. Her son had cautioned her, she said, not to get comfortable and put her funds and purchase the apartment as planned. Her son, 5 attempts to withdraw. She said she visited the firm 5 times requesting the money since that conversation, but she ended up leaving without a check each time. I said I need my money now. The name of the person redacted would say, no man, name omitted. That's the, like them I say, no man, miss such and such. Everything is fine. Stop worrying about it and hug them up. Which bank I go hug you up? Red flag, con artist. This was all before the crash that I was asking for my money. Until this day, nothing she said. Sometimes I talk to God, I say, what is the lesson? What is the reason for this? I had to go to the doctor and get tranquilizers. I was wrecked. The woman said she has since secured a part-time job. 78, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. 78-year-old woman, because of this SSL fraud, had to seek a part-time job, ladies and gentlemen. What high levels of evil and wickedness. These guys, whoever is involved, and these ladies, whoever is involved, they must rip them off everything them have, all their family members too, so them can go seek a part-time job when them come out of prison. You don't believe? Yes, man. Them figure seek a part-time job when them come out of prison, man. Right? The woman had to go to the doctor to get tranquilizers. Traumatized. Part-time job. And her rent and other bills are taken care of by her children. She have a part-time job and her children have to take care of her now. Jerry Bryan, big up yourself. Eh? This is what they did to. This is one victim of SSL, the 78-year-old woman. The man if you got prison, the whole of FSC if you got prison, the whole of SSL if you get locked up, period. And the big wigs them and them if you got jail. Because there's no way no regular somebody could do this. $60 million gone. And a one victim that she said, but I need my money. This has ruined me financially, she said. Noting that she contacted the Sunday Grader following a recent interview done by Usain Bolt on the Fix. So Usain Bolt went on the Fix, gave this lady the encouragement to say, let her tell her story. She was suffering in silence, ladies and gentlemen. Lady love, big up herself. She was suffering in silence. Jean and Panton, a former client, relationship manager at SSL, is the only person charged in the matter so far. Well, not no more. She is facing a 22-count indictment after being charged with forgery, larceny as a servant, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. Director of Public Prosecution Paula Llewellyn, that at the time said her office is awaiting outstanding documents from the FID to determine if charges are to be laid against other people. So the Paula Llewellyn, you are liable, you know. You sat on that report from the court report. You're liable as well. That is neglect. That report alone should have gotten people charged. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That article, I am so happy that I found it, and I'm going to repost it, and I want you guys to like and share it, because the SSL fraud scandal has reared its ugly head again, and we might have to go back and look into some of these situations, because people have 9-day wonder, don't. A total wickedness, man. Total wickedness. Total wickedness. Let me know what you guys think. Right? Yeah, so I'm going to post that. I'm going to post that. Wicked something, man. The lady had to get tranquilizers. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen? Tranquilizers. Mighty God. And if you look at the Facebook page, there was some, there was an actual document that they posted right here. Hold on, let me see. Let me check this picture of this document to see what it's saying, what it's reading. Why is it not going on there? The pictures are no longer coming up. Alright, that's fine. That's okay. No worries. No worries. No worries. And then look at the timing, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We're doing Donate Small big up. Look at the timing of all of this. Right? Lady J said, Bolo, I think they need to file a class action lawsuit against them. The FSC needs to be sued. The government needs to be sued. SSL, all of them need to be sued. Them just need to be sued. Any level of connection there is between SSL and government official needs to be properly investigated and scrutinized. You understand? And laid out. I am recommending a team led by Mr. Will Rattigan. He surely has the expertise and he surely has the experts. You understand? That is in the field to properly ventilate the facts on this whole situation, right? So let's go to this because, yeah, you know. Let's go to this. Exit that.
Friend. Yeah? Continue. Yeah, you know, we can pick her out quick. Khaled Thompson, what's his name? The DPP, Khaled Thompson? Yes. We love that. Because Strike 5 strong for 3. Next week are 3 years.
Yeah.
Next week is 3 years.
3 years.
And the money gets charged if we never get rid of Strike 5. She sit down. Pandak it and the charge business like rough and ready, that piece of shit. Yeah. Yes. Sita Anjo. They're not messing up. Prince Anjo.
Oh, the affidavit.
Big for Prince Anjo.
The affidavit.
So who the label, them never know that put up something, put up fake news and who run with that shit. Alright, see there? Integrity Commission Act.
Yes, so what me hear say the elaborate them doing, ladies and gentlemen, is that they're trying to tie Hugh Krosky to Mark Golding. How hilariously sad. How pitiful. How absolutely pitiful. Really, bro? Yo, these people is something else, man. Boy, I tell you.
I'm going to show you this for this. This is how I want to get Anjo. Me could look for your taxi issue.
Yes.
So identify third parties and omission and everything. But I look for your thing, Anjo. 2021. Only statutory declaration. Sita, I wish to say the onset to all the duties that carried out relation to the first claimant owner's statutory declaration, including his 21 statutory declaration, were undertaken professionally and in good faith, in accordance with Provision and Integrity Commission Act. Recommended statutory declaration for 2019-2020 certification. I have acted impartially, fairly, independently, faithfully, and I tell you, it continue. But more I show you something. I don't want to read through the whole of this.
Yeah.
Today, I will show you a report relation to sit there for Mr. Honest. Alright? And I tell you, there's something, investigation should be conducted in matters of the declaration, Mr. Honest investigation result. In report relation to the statutory declaration, most honorable, this honorable Honest, by then acting director of investigation, information compliance, in 19 exhibit CB1 include copies of the letters and report. Alright, so I want to say something. During the examination, Mr. Ole 2020 statutory declaration discovered that he had not disclosed that he was a director and shareholder of the second claimant Imperium. He never even disclosed that. Mr. Ole later confirmed his interest in Imperium, owning, alright, that asset. So he's a man when I declare nothing and he just hide up the things them saying. But I want to say something for him father. Where Honest, I now read through the whole of this, when I can take a copy of that, I now read through the whole of this. Little later for me, think the army will carry back irregularities. See there, I tell you, appear to be irregular concerning account First Global. The man have bank account and have things that hide all over the place and not about to come from we when poor people are dead. The man called the Prince Anjo. Come me call the Prince Anjo. And you make the man so powerful in that place. Is that one evil man? Prince Anjo. And they just, hey, Anjo for going man. So I go look on what I'm just about in taxi. We'll look at a taxi and then we'll move around. In commission, we'll have to see a taxi now. See? Alright. Outstanding. Alright, but well, if you're outstanding, and you I'll just a rapid reader and I run through something quick when I move across, you know? Yes. The net, alright. But it's full. So what I say, let me see this now. Hilton Powell, Mr. Onis, see a letter, letter to Mr. Onis, letter to Mr. Onis, the letter to Mr. Onis, the let me see this. So Onis, people, I could look on him tax and thing. I give what Onis says so. Most honorable that review was conducted, statutory declaration, submitted by Mr. Osi, that's submitted by Andrew, not we. Since he became parliamentarian in 1998, the scope of review covers statutory declaration for the period 98 and February 2016. Alright, look on this now. It's a copy of thing. We want to look on your service, where you do, where you short and liabilities and everything where you have anybody clear. See that? This. Go up to 2012. Looking at Andrew. Alright, Mr. Owen is seeking clarification and various issue. So after I give them the whole of them things, I say, he must seek clarification on some issue. Right? And they must have tweeted from a long time too, you know. A long time, and I tell them like a long time, and I don't know. And
terrible, man.
Is there.
Terrible.
But I'll show you something, see that? And them give Mr. Owen's entered representational politics in 1998. Comments filing statutory declaration in accordance with the Parliament Integrity Member Act. Over the years, upon examination of the statutory declaration, net worth statement were prepared. The changes Mr. Owen's net worth over the years were closely monitored. Information Commission received action, them time there. Remember them consequently, yeah, so them have to come back with an investigation for this. Yeah? February and them tell them, more look at your taxi business, not clear. This truth about nothing support the payable and nothing just for use money house or sentiment. It's still never finished. The man situation of Prime Minister with pick up in a letter, several I get with pan limited price with 19.
Oh, see that?
Nobody know about 3 pages.
See that?
That page without that. So I'm going to get something attached name to it.
See that?
Completed financial journal. So only give them a financial journal with 2017. Yeah? Letter dated the 15th that and that. With pan. So what's with pan? 2016, 2019. Financial journal. So only give them a financial journal. Sunshine Mobile Company Limited. Yeah? Company profile note as comprising 8 pages without tax. So I'm going to get something attaching name to it. Dilido, taxi service company profile note as comprised 3 pages.
So Andrew, Sunshine Mobile Company and Dilido Taxi Service is 2 mobile companies and a 2 taxi. Andrew say a 2 taxi. He saying get 2 taxi. Not my word. Away video there. So did Andrew Honest play down his 2 taxi companies to tell the people that him get 2 taxi? Is that what happened, ladies and gentlemen? Did I just crack a code? The hell going on, man? I'm sure I sent myself that clip when Andrew Honest said that about oh, here it is. See it here. Listen to this.
Whatever little I made in life, I made it just like you. I buy 2 taxi, then I open a taxi company, and I go through the struggles just like...
As we go into the year...
Whatever little I made in life, I made it just like you. I buy 2 taxi, then I open a taxi company, and I go through the struggles just like everybody else.
Andrew Holness want to tell me that 2 taxi made him a billionaire? And none of we never take none of them taxi there yet. Was it a space taxi? I have a question. Did your taxi have to have car seat for babies?
Then listen here.
Have a negative activity. In this case, thieving government resources. So I start to study English. I know I'm a maths man.
Yeah.
I start to study English because I know some pronunciations them have uptight. And I realize that there are some words that sound alike. So when the Prime Minister saying get rich off a taxi, T-A-X-I, maybe this year we never hear is taxis, T-A-X-E-S. You have to kind of figure that out. I mean, I know which one it is, but from an English standpoint.
Yo. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Listen. So now I am questioning now, insane in terms of how Damian Crawford is thinking. I am questioning whether Andrew is meant to say that it's too taxi. It's too taxi company. It's not too taxi. You understand? That I am genuinely questioning that. Yeah.
Is the verse? First ever. Buster never do it. Siaga never do it. PJ never do it. Porsche never do it. First ever. You share never do it. This man is the first. When did a man come and say, we know how to find you? Virgin, the man them said things about PJ for 18 years. You ever seen them get arrested? When you see politicians sue people so much. See, anything I said, them don't sue. Just to create fear. You know, when Desmond say, I know I don't get no letter. No one my service in a serve here, because I want to sue him back, You understand? Come here and sue him for can't pronounce Jamaica. You ever hear him say Jamaica? You say Jamaica, I sue him for that. You understand? On behalf of all the English teacher, you get So the man them know what him say must sue him for, because say, yo, listen man, the money managed by this man, so if it thief, I him thief it. Whenever you manage it and it thief, bro, you have to tell me what go with it. Yo, never sue. So what no, I look a blogger, nobody want to do that, because I can't, but I go through that and next thing now. So I'm really just creating fear from comment. If you offer yourself for public consumption, how can you do one public conversation? Distance, there's a direction. It is important to understand that.
Big up Damian Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, we just get an important call and I miss it because I was live. I may have to go move. Alright. We definitely, this is not over. Like I said, we're gonna unbox some old skeletons to the SSL thing, to give perspective and to revitalize the conversation. You understand? Because people need to understand why we are thinking the way we are thinking and the way we are, the conversations that we're having. We need to put it into context. And I want to thank everybody that came through on TikTok. I want to thank everybody that came through on YouTube. Please, I am spontaneous with my lives, so always pay attention to the page. It could be morning, midday, it could be, it could be evening, it could be afternoon, it could be in the middle, it could be 12 a.m. in the morning, it could be 2 a.m. in the morning. Alright? Make sure so you stay locked to the platform. Alright, my timing is very flexible. The word is love. Again, thank you to all of my gifters. Thank you to everybody. If somebody sends something to the Cash App or the PayPal or the Zelle, thank you before I go. Thank you. Alright? Bless up. We still have a few days left in our year. Want to stay prayed up, stay safe. The word is love. Thanks for the follow. Alright? Marsh, alright. Pick up yourself. Just coming in, but I'm going to be going. Peace and blessings. What a way how Andrew and his father threw him on that busing. When him said 2 taxi, the man said rubbish. Not no go so. When we did link him, he say him have 30 taxi and him have some penny wharf. What a way, not my word. Not my word. Not my word. Somebody, Mark say, if you educate yourself to be foolish, what is going to happen? Okay. Pick up on yourself, people, later.